What on earth is happening out there on the open savanna? Morning spills across the endless grasslands of Tanzania, and the Hadzabe tribe steps into another day that could decide how well they eat in the coming weeks. They are preparing for a hunt. Not a casual chase. Not a reckless pursuit. Today, they are after the antelope, fast as the wind, sharp-eyed, powerful, and heavy with the promise of meat. For the Hads, this is never just about bringing something down. It is tradition unfolding in real time. It is the echo of ancestors and every footprint pressed into the dust. Strength matters, yes. But so does patience. So does memory. So does the quiet knowledge passed from elder to child beneath the same burning sky for generations. As the first light stretches over the plains, the hunters gather. They check their bows. They test the tension of their strings. They run fingers along arrow shafts, ensuring balance and sharpness. Low voices trade thoughts about wind direction, tracks seen the day before, and where the herds may have moved overnight. The antelope is no simple target. It is swift and wary, always alert to the smallest disturbance. On these plains, survival sharpens every sense. A full-grown antelope carries enough meat to feed the entire tribe for days, especially precious during colder seasons when food grows scarce. That is why it is so highly sought after. That is why it is so difficult to claim. One arrow rarely ends the struggle. The animal is strong, built for speed and endurance. Bringing it down requires coordination, timing, and relentless focus. The hunt does not begin when the first arrow flies. It begins days earlier. The Hads track before they strike. They observe before they act. They read the land like a living book. They do not overpower the wilderness. They listen to it. Tracks pressed into soft earth. A shrub nibbled halfway. Grass bent unnaturally in one direction. Each sign is a sentence. Each detail, a clue. When everything is ready, they move. By midday, the sun stands high and unforgiving. The hunters advance with steady steps, excitement humming beneath calm expressions. Eyes sweep the horizon. Ears tuned to subtle shifts in wind and movement. They follow faint hoofprints. They kneel to touch the soil, gauging freshness. They study broken twigs, scattered droppings, disturbed patches of grass. Nothing is dismissed. Nothing is wasted. But the wild is unpredictable. Sometimes the trail fades. Wind sweeps away tracks. Hard ground refuses to reveal secrets. In those moments, uncertainty creeps in. The hunters pause. They reassess. They rely on instinct sharpened by years under this sky. Knowledge of terrain. Knowledge of migration patterns. Knowledge of how animals think when threatened. Slowly, carefully, they close in again. Their steps become lighter. Their formation shifts without spoken command. They spread out in a pattern they know by heart. No shouting. No dramatic signals. Just brief glances. Small nods. A shared rhythm. Then, through scattered brush, the antelope. Large. Alert. Muscles tense beneath its hide. It moves cautiously, pausing to skim the grasslands. Even at a distance, its presence commands respect. The hunters do not rush. They withdraw slightly, observing, waiting for a misstep, waiting for alignment. Minutes peep. The group lowers their bodies, blending into the tall dry grass. No sudden noise. No careless shift of wake. And T. A sharp as splits the H. Arrows launch in near unison, slicing forward with lethal speed. The strike is fast. Decisive. F. Shouts erupt as the hunters surge ahead. Controlled tension transforms into explosive motion. They close the distance quickly, eyes locked on their target. When they reach the fallen animal, the energy sure. Noise fades. A quiet ritual unfolds. Dusk settles slowly over the savannah, bathing everything in gold. The hunt has ended. The Hads begin their journey back, faces lit with satisfaction. Laughter drifts across the plains, carried by cool. But the work is not finished. At camp, preparation begins immediately. Tools are arranged. The carcass is carefully handled. A portion is set aside for the evening meal. The rest must be preserved. An experienced butcher guides the process. Clean cuts. Efficient movements. Meat is divided, sliced, prepared for drying. Nothing wasted. Every part has value. Every action ensures food for the colder days ahead. Soon, firelight flickers against darkening sky. The camp glows with warmth. Some tend the flames. Others roast fragrant strips of antelope over glowing coals. The scent drifts through the air, rich and comforting. When the food is ready, it is shared evenly. No hierarchy. No favoritism. Every member receives a portion. Children, elders, hunters, all equal before the fire. Laughter rises. Someone calls for a speech. Playful cheers follow. Light-hearted teasing moves through the group. But beneath the joy lies something deeper. This is more than a successful hunt. More than a meal. It is continuity. It is unity. It is the unbroken thread between people and land, between past and present. For the Hads, hunting is not merely survival. It is identity. It is gratitude. It is the reaffirmation of their bond with nature and with one another. As night closes over the plains and the last embers glow softly, the tribe rests, fed, connected, and ready to rise again when the sun returns.